All right, so let's get to the review. You want to watch a trailer of that real quick or what?
Maybe. We get copywritten every time we put the damn trailers in, even if we talk over them.
Do we?
Yeah, on YouTube. YouTube is some cold ass motherfuckers, man. Holy, they don't care. They hear 5 seconds, they're like, nope, not monetizable. Like,
I will add the trailer on the podcast and we'll leave it off this end.
Exactly, yeah.
So, Justice League Dark Apokolips War.
The end of a DC era, in my opinion.
All right, so this has the original people that they had for this DC universe that they have for the anime, including Shamar Moore as Cyborg, Jerry O'Connell as Superman, Jason O'Mara as Batman, Matt Ryan from Constantine, who you see on DC, Legends of Tomorrow, and the failed NBC Constantine show. Fun fact, he also does the voice of the main character in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Rosario Dawson is Wonder Woman, so Wonder Woman's voiced by a Black Latino woman.
Nice.
Roger Cross is Jon Stewart and Swamp Thing, so they got him doing double duty.
So these are all the same people from the other comic book movies, the cartoon movies, retiring basically. That's what this movie is.
Yeah, basically, this is like their farewell. This is like their goodbye.
So with that understanding, it's a little bit better than I thought it was while I was watching it. I felt this was cool.
I liked it. I felt like the DC animated film started going downhill once they introduced Damian Wayne and those movies. Like, because I go back and I watched Justice League War when they first were introduced to Apokolips. And that movie was just like balls to the wall, like just fighting, the action, the chemistry between Shazam and Cyborg was dope. The movie itself, like everything about the movie was well done. But once they started doing like the movie where like Batman's like father and son and all the other shit, the quality started going downhill.
Yeah, it got a little cheap. This movie started with a quote that said, accept the things you cannot change and have the courage to change the things you can and have the wisdom to know the difference. It's a serenity prayer.
That's a bar right there, man. That's a bar.
50 Cent actually used that bar in a song, Gotta Make It to Heaven. So yeah, it is. But no, that was
good
pretty
luck
cool.
to him with all that pettiness, man.
Yeah. But they started it on a good note, you know what I mean? They started on a cool note. I was like, yo, why are they rushing into battle listening to Superman with no damn plan? This is not gonna go good. Like, and isn't it enough with Doomside or whatever the hell his name is, being the main Darkseid, sorry, him being the main bad guy? Like, holy, like I was like, I'm over Darkseid being the villain, the main. Like,
I mean, he's like their Thanos, right? Technically, he came up before Thanos, but
yeah, before, yeah.
But I've seen him for so long in these cartoons.
What upset me with this movie? Okay, there's Darkseid, there's Apokolips. Where's Mr. Terrific?
There's a lot of where's
not Mr. Terrific, Mr. Miracle. Where's Mr. Miracle at?
I think he was in the movie for like a little bit.
Because I'm like, that's your dad.
That's his. Yeah, he was in there.
That was like your specialty is escaping stuff. I'm sure they had Big Barb there. Barb was there.
I'm confusing it with the actual New 52 ending because Mr. Miracle, he's the one who takes the one of those stupid DC boxes.
Yeah,
he tries to steal one of those. And that's what sets off this whole end of an era to the New 52 comics. But in this movie, yeah, he's a big player in that actual movie, but in the comic story, but he's not in this movie at all.
Yeah, because Mr. Miracle's specialty is like escaping and knocking down big juicy women. Like he's on the BBW IG page right now, and he's looking up ways. He's like the David Copperfield that loves BBWs.
Yeah. And
I respect that. That's why he's one of my favorites. I bought this book. I was reading all this shit. I was like,
there's a weird part in this movie where Constantine, when they go to like the underground hideout, and then he goes, he's like, oh man, my ex is here. And they're like, really? Harley Quinn? And he's like, no. And then look like King Shark.
They pull the Wolverine.
The thing is, Constantine's been bisexual since the 80s. He's supposed to be based off of Sting and like other 80s like rock stars, and they're always like gender fluid, where they're just like, I'm a dick down, whatever. So the thing is with King Shark, that's bestiality. That's a whole other level. King Shark is barely human. So I'm just like, was Constantine a bottom, or what? Like, I can't look at King Shark as a bottom.
Yeah, and he's a molester, man. King Shark is way too dumb to be getting in the
big
bed.
Man.
That's molestation,
King
man.
He's not the brightest. That's like taking down Lenny from Mice and Men. Like,
man. It's like, what the hell? King Shark is dumb, man. He is stupid.
He was way too stupid in this
cartoon.
Constantly using magic to take the man's pants off.
Yeah, it's like, what is going on?
Alakazam.
Rewind that. I was like, out of all the characters in the ring right there, that's the one. That was some dark shit.
That was wild.
I liked seeing Lex Luthor go gang with the Justice League. He was actually in there from the start. You know what I mean? That was cool to see.
What I loved about this movie, you'll see a character like Chitara, or not Chitara, what's her name? Cheetah? She'll show up and be like, I got this, guys. And they'll be doing something. And then somebody just grabbed them and ripped them. And I was just like, yo, bullet!
Just catches some bullets. It's like, whoa.
I don't, even Bane, they show him like jump in a pile of like doomsday parademons.
Yeah.
And he just gets ripped apart.
I was like, what?
Kill him, like all these big time characters just get like killed in a second, and it means nothing.
Yet Harley Quinn is doing backflips with a bat, knocking them around.
Yeah,
I'm like, what world are we in? It makes no sense. Harley
what really
lasts a second.
disturbs me, Casey, is whenever something happens to Shazam, I'm like, y'all fucking up a 7-year-old kid, bro.
Like, scars on his face, his leg was missing. He looked kind of cool, though. I like that
eye was gone, the leg was. I was like, y'all beat up a 7-year-old child right now.
I did like some of the art direction they took with this, with the Superman change up they did with the Krypton, like the green shit on his chest. You know what I mean? The eyes green. I like the way they made Shazam look with the leg missing, yet it was still there. The scars on his face, like the eye looking different and shit.
So what does the kid look like? Is he a peg-leg child right now, or is
he's dead? He can't go back to that. He can't go back. It's dead.
It's like, your Billy Batson body is gone. Like, you gotta just say, you better never say Shazam ever.
Yeah, exactly.
But the last time you see him is when he's getting attacked, and you see him. They fly off camera in the distance.
Yeah, and he yells Ali Akbar.
Yells Shazam, and then you don't see him anymore. So it's like
suicide.
He died.
Yeah, he's dead, man.
Yeah, he just sacrificed himself. Like, he blew himself up. I was like, this is stupid. The 7-year-old just sacrificed his life.
I didn't like Batman in this. Like, I felt like he was easily brainwashed. I was like, that's not Batman. Batman would have died or killed himself in the process.
I thought he knew what was going on the whole time, and he's like, this just seemed like the better plan. Like,
I thought when they
I was gonna take Darkseid out just now.
When they hinted that Lois had an informant, I thought it was Batman the whole time. And then when they reveal it's Luthor, then I'm like, oh, okay.
A little disappointing, right?
Here's the thing with Luthor. He's always been a crazy person, but he has a superiority complex where he wants to be the best of the best. And the fact that Superman's better than him, he's always like, all right, I'm going to do villainous shit, but it's just so I can look better than him. And he always ends up with egg on his face. So any chance he gets to look good, because in the comics he becomes president. So any chance he gets to look good, he's like, okay, I'm gonna look good in their graces, and they're gonna like me more than Superman. Everything is petty. He's like 50 Cent pretty much. He got money, he got time on his hand, and he tries to be strategic with his moves, but they don't always work out for him.
One thing I found funny was the way how the bad guys who were survived in the world doing their thing, having cage matches. Once the good guys came, they loose lip. They're like, yo, we're doing this, we got this, we're rocking this. You know, they're just giving the whole plan out. I was like, were you guys like feeling lost without the superheroes actually there? You know what I mean?
It was
Suicide Squad had the world on lock. I'm sorry, Rory, go ahead.
Go. You're talking about Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I feel like the Suicide Squad were kind of like keeping things together.
Yeah, but as soon as Justice League came, they're like, yeah, this is what we got going on. We got weapons here. We got guns. What y'all need? We got all this new shit. You know, I'm like, why are you showing these guys?
Because deep down they admire them. And when they were gone, they're just like, I got no friends to play with no more.
Yeah, they were just ready to play.
Because even the show, like Superman, he's not really hiding his identity anymore.
Yeah.
He's just like, yo, I'm Clark.
Yeah.
Why didn't they beat the hell out of him? The Suicide Squad should have slapped him around. I was like,
it's respect, man. That man got that respect.
Nah, man, they should have slapped him around a little bit.
They probably did.
The culture.
That's from 1986 when you
you done threw them across the ocean and shit.
Broke my apartment 5 years ago.
Yeah. They need to get that petty 50 Cent energy in them.
Where was Joker? Was he dead? Did they
took him out?
Harley says that he dies.
Yeah.
She talks about how he died, yeah.
That was cheap. They just took him out. I was like,
this is slightly off topic, but the Harley Quinn show, what's going on in that show is similar to what's going on here, where she's basically going around and taking out all the villains because Batman's been in a coma, and Joker, he was in a coma as well, but he woke up and he's like perfectly sane now, and he has a family, he's working at a bar. Well, so long story short, there was an episode where they focused on Batman and his dynamic with Gordon, and how he's kind of like a dude bro. He's working out all the time, but he doesn't have the powers or the suit. So long story short, they're following the same kind of format that they're doing on the Harley Quinn show right now, without the humor.
Yeah. The Harley Quinn show is amazing so far. I'm only season 1 right now,
hit
but I'm
and
having
miss
a great
episodes,
time.
but the Batman episode was a standout to me. Like I was like, oh shit, I kind of want a Batman show because the way they portrayed Batman is like Archer.
Mm-hmm. What I'm hoping is this is the end of this DC era with these types of comic book movies, and then they get into this whole what Harley Quinn is doing, that dynamic of style of
it could be like Flashpoint 2 creates that.
Yeah,
world,
like I'm
maybe?
hoping they
I think
open
that's
that
what
up
they
more.
insinuate, though, right? Like they insinuate that
thing's doing
the end, and then he's gonna go back and go back in time again, and it'll change everything over again.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, I don't know if they're gonna start rehashing the same storylines in a different version. Like
Maybe.
I was surprised. You know who I was looking to see if he would just pop out at some point in this movie was Vandal Savage.
Yeah,
because he's like
that's
the
true,
legend,
actually.
right?
yeah.
That's true. There's a couple people I noticed that weren't there, like Dr. Fate, Black Adam,
Was Deathstroke
even
there?
Poison Ivy, and Scarecrow. Scarecrow could have manipulated Darkseid in some way, you know, make him think he's seeing something that's not there. If they're having fun with all these different characters the way they're trying to do, they could have done stuff like
So
that.
how did Darkseid get Superman's DNA? Because it seems like, well, it doesn't seem, but they took Superman's DNA and they used that to change his paratroopers. Or?
Yeah, so he is when they after the initial battle, they show him they kidnapped all the main heroes, all the main Justice League heroes, and they did whatever they want with them. So they took Superman's DNA and he engineered it and then he put it into his parademons. So he made Doomsday Superman parademons.
Yeah.
They did too much work. All they had to do was to go into one of the Lois Lane's garbage cans and found the used condom, because you know Clark comes through there at least twice a night, and grabbed one of those and took it back to Apokolips, and they would have been great.
Yeah, they could have did that years
They
ago.
could have cloned the whole Superman and raised them.
Lex could have been did that.
What I don't
He's like,
understand
what's this?
is that if you already have like Doomsday parademons, why would you need Superman parademons just to get? And then it turns out that the Superman parademons have like the kryptonite like weakness in them.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just change the sun to a red sun and then whoop everybody's ass?
My thing is why if the
That's what I was
parademons
thinking.
if the parademons are Doomsday and Darkseid put together, how couldn't they slap Darkseid around the way Superman slaps them around?
Darkseid has those laser beams that follow you.
Yeah, okay.
They're like a
I was like,
nosy
he
white
just-
woman when you're at the grocery store, just following your every move.
Darkseid is basically people, how we're making computers that are way more advanced than we are and saying Cyborg is going to come take us out and all this type of stuff. He made that, basically. He made his own thing that could
They
kill
did
him.
Cyborg dirty. He was just like this.
That was sad, man. When
Hey
I saw
guys.
that was probably the best. That was probably the best reveal. Him and the way they did Superman were the best two reveals. Like the way you just hear him like, "I'm over here, guys," and you like the camera's all dark and it lightens up that area. It's like, oh shit.
I thought the best reveal was when you find out like all the other Justice League members that you thought were dead were actually Cyborg serving Darkseid. Like the first one they show was Wonder Woman, and she's like a Terminator. I got like half her face.
Yeah, that
Dropped
was
off
cool.
and shit.
Yeah, it's like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And then they had the 5th one. It was Wonder Woman, basically.
Can we talk about how Constantine saw the mission going downhill and said, "Fuck this," and
He saw his king getting greased.
watch his girl getting greased, and he said,
I was like,
"Alakazam!"
yeah. They were having a fun time with her. Holy, I felt like I was watching guys with Tim's on Porn X or something.
now, after that happened, is that when he slept with King Shark? After that, like, was he depressed? And he's like, I'll fuck anything at this point. Like,
I'm still seeing flashbacks of that with that magician girl. What's her name?
Zatanna?
Yeah, because I was like, hey, she's cute in this cartoon. And damn, they did it like that.
Bro, they
Like,
did
whew.
her dirty.
You guys are taking every freaking
Flash
credit.
was done dirty. They had him on a hamster wheel.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
This is rather just looking
I was
tired
like-
of it.
Guy
I
looks
was like,
strung out.
what kind of psychopaths are writing this movie? That's what I was thinking when I saw that part. It's like, what is this? Who thinks of this?
If the Flash just sacrificed himself because they're using him to run, like he was creating the energy that kept everything going. If he just died and they had no more speedsters, your plan's gone. Like, or wouldn't he be able to run fast enough on that treadmill that he could open like a flashpoint right there?
What happened to all the other Flash people?
Like Flash probably died. You know, they all take.
Should have showed them all like dead on the floor, like under Flash, like just like dead or being like shocked. Like if he slows down, they get shocked. You know, like something to give a reasoning to why he keeps running on this thing like a cokehead.
Showing they have like a picture of Iris West. They're just holding that over. They're like, keep running, you'll get closer to her.
Yeah, Darkseid's an evil guy, man.
Darkseid, man.
What do you guys want to see from? What did you guys expect to see, and what do you want to see from the new cartoons?
I knew it was rated R, and I thought it would just be for profanity. I didn't expect the level of violence that I got. Yeah, thought they did a good job with that.
I appreciate that.
Stories, I want to see like Batman stories that deserve an R rating. Have that same kind of treatment.
Or even Superman stories, the way they're teasing that in the comics.
Yeah,
more adult stuff.
Wonder Woman too. She kills people. Her enemies, like when she puts them down, they stay down.
Yeah, I want to see them do more of a instead of doing these cheap like we have this person in the movie, so he's gonna say booyah type of stuff. I want to see them actually comboing their powers together in a smart way, and actually being detectives and being forensics and being, you know what I mean, warrior princess. You know,
like the first Avengers movie where they'll have like their moments, like I'm gonna use my blaster and it'll reflect off your shield. Like stuff, moments.
X-Men
like
wasn't the first one to do it. They just did it the best. It was like Justice League was doing that from like the '60s. You know what I mean? It's like, but now they're just like, it felt like watching this, everybody just could hit each other hard.
Yeah,
like that's how it felt watching this. Like, okay, this person's hitting each other. They're hitting each other hard. Oh, he hit that person harder. Okay, Superman's here, so he got a nice clean shave. He's gonna be able to hit the hardest. So
that was done. He felt better, and he pulled. Remember Hancock when he ripped off his facial hair?
Yeah.
Is that what Superman did? And he had the costume in his
taper.
back pocket.
Took a quick shower.
The guy had like a fresh suit on. I
was like, where'd this come from? He's like,
clean his
boots. Home and came back. Like what?
He had boots with the red at the bottom still, like no dirt touched the bottom of the boot. What is going on?
The only thing he had that Reed Richards gray streak in the side of his head. That was
He didn't have enough time to apply the Just for Men. But he done everything else fresh and
still gave himself a high fade though. I was like, what is going on here?
And at the end of the movie, when like everybody's all like they realize that they're cyborgs, or they're losing or they have no limb, or they realize they lost everything, and then he's there almost pretty much the same that he's been for the past how many years, just a little gray in his hair, and he's like, come on guys, we can't give up. I'm like, yo, fuck you, man.
I saw Nightwing on the ground just laid out like this, and I was just like, I called bullshit on that. I was like, Shazam died, all these people died, and Nightwing survived all this. Like Nightwing's my boy, but come on.
But he's human as hell.
He's superhuman. That's like, what did Nightwing do to survive? He was just
in an insane asylum, basically.
No, they remember they said he died, but he threw him in the Lazarus pit, and they brought him back. That's why he was crazy.
Jason Todd did him, man.
Yeah. So
how many times? But they would have to throw him in there so much times.
What are they gonna do? Throw all the Justice League in the Lazarus pit?
Yeah, for real.
That was good.
But that's not Damian Wayne's brother, right? He only cared about Nightwing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I did like the way they did Damian Wayne in this movie, though. His character is pretty good. But
he was good. Raven was good.
Raven was great. She was actually like when I seen Raven before in Teen Titans in the comics back in the day.
They need to just dead that show. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Batman's way too old.
Just dead that whole networking thing. It didn't come to Canada or nothing.
Just dead that. Do some new stuff for HBO Max. Dead the DCEU.
Yeah.
Try to salvage what characters you can, but just do a Flashpoint movie where it explains why there's new casting for certain people.
Just dead it all.
And just move forward that way.
Little Dicky, man, save that money. Just dead it and just do something better, man.
So what do you guys give this film? I give it a solid 8.
I go with 8. 8's fair.
I give it a 7.
Damn, Casey.
Yeah, you're right.
Felt some type of way.
Come on, man. You can't just be hitting people harder. You gotta dark dude is doing all this stuff. You got to be able to figure out a real strategy. Not, we ran in with our faces first, didn't work. Now we're gonna just run in with our faces first again. War. This one they just blew up some spots.
I agree.
Swamp Thing was stupid. Swamp Thing was so dumb. He didn't even realize that this big thing is freaking sucking the earth. Like, he should have been the first one to be fighting that thing. Why does dude have to go to him?
Probably and be high. He probably in the swamp playing with.
Dude has to go to him and be like, "Yo, are you not seeing what's happening here? You're trying to punch me in the back of my head while I'm coming here. Like, you're not seeing what's going on Earth. They're killing Earth."
Is Constantine still a waste man for his actions?
Swamp Thing. Huh?
Is Constantine still a waste man for his actions, leaving this girl to die and
hell yeah,
dipping out?
Well, there's no ratings.
But they explained that she put a spell on him to run away, right?
Yeah, that was cheap.
No, that was in his heart. He saw that shit. He said, "That's why."
He doesn't know why that he ran away. He can't understand why he just ran away.
Ain't no spell.
Just ran away.
Well, what they could have did was like what they did with the Hulk in Infinity War, where they actually shot him back to Earth. That would make more sense if she like shot him back to Earth. He's like, "No," but this man saw her getting eaten, hit her with the deuces, did his spell, and then dipped out. Like, he had enough time to see what was going on.
But if she had like winked at him, then it would have gave a little bit of like, okay, that's why she acted like that. But she was just like,
it's like
her eyes were rolled back. One leg was over here. One leg was here. One Tim was up in the air here. A New York hat was over here. A wife beater was over her eyes. I was like, what is going on over here?
They're doing like walking in and seeing a girl get a train ran on her.
Yeah, that's what it looked like happened.
It's like,
but like they explain like they do it like that without him knowing, so he could feel that guilt. So when it comes time to help again, he has that need to redeem himself.
He didn't even have that need. Like, they literally had to like push him.
Yeah,
because he just wanted to drink and chill with that goblin looking friend of his.
Etrigan?
Yeah. It's like he's good just drinking and chill.
That guy was kind of an interesting character, but
the only time I know about Etrigan was from the original Batman animated series. There's an episode with him in that.
Yeah, I don't know much about him at all.
I just know that he's like is he possessed, or he's kind of like blue, similar to Blue Devil.
There's so many realms they could have touched on. If it's Constantine versus a guy who's in space physically and only knows physics, Constantine is magic. Like, they could have comboed so many interesting things to be able to take dude out, but they just were like, nah, let's make him fight.
I thought they're going to change the sun or bring kryptonite to the planet and make the world. They did
one cool thing with the magic with what's her name's dad. That was cool to finally see him pop out. Yeah, that was cool. So that was a little interesting. That's why I give it the 7. But like, if he didn't even come out, I would be like, nah, man.
I'm gonna give it a 7 too. I thought I was being too generous.
Yeah, man. 7
feels right.
7. It's a clean set. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna watch it over because I feel like a lot of people die in certain scenes, and you might miss who the person is that died. So I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Fair enough. I'm going to watch the on Comic Historian on YouTube. They have the actual New 52, like they did all the voiceovers for the comic strip, and they break it all down. It's like an hour long. I'm going to watch that instead. I'll try to link it to you guys to check it out.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read Power of X. I'm still reading that, and I'm going to look for hints of Wolverine wanting to have sex with Scott. So if there's any comic panel where I see him just looking at him too long,
good luck.
Like, you sneaky Canadian devil, you.